I'm Bob Hallmark in Hawkins today, and we're talking about a story that seems to be ageless right now. We've seen it many times over the decades, the dumping of animals, particularly dogs, along rural roads, particularly here in Wood and Upshur counties. It's something that is so prevalent that rescue groups are actually regularly bringing in animals to vets' offices and to shelters anywhere they can find them. Unfortunately, we don't have a shelter here in Wood County. And that's what brings me here today to Hawkins Veterinary Services. And we're going to talk now with Dr. Jill Hobbs. And now, Jill, you've actually had some experience with this. Over the years, you've noticed this is a problem, right?
Yes, it's a very serious problem. In fact, at my office, we regularly have people dump animals here over the fence. They'll throw them over the fence with their food, with their beds, and then, of course, we have no animal shelter to take them to.
And therein lies the problem right now. You have a lot of folks that I'm sure you're familiar with that are very good-hearted to try to do something to help these animals, but there simply is no place in our area. There is a shelter in Mineola, but if you want to drive 20 miles to do that, there is no actual facility in Wood County for this.
No. And one problem is that there needs to be a board, which makes you responsible for what happens. Most people don't want to be on a board. Then you need enough money to have property, a building, and it takes a really long time to get donations from people for that. So unless there is someone who wants to be a benefactor with a lot of money to help us get started, we're kind of stuck.
Being a doctor of veterinary medicine, this has got to be something that kind of pulls on your heartstrings because you see these animals come in and it's obvious what has happened to them. Sometimes I'm sure they're emaciated, sometimes they look like they've been mistreated, and it's got to be tough for you because you know that these animals without a shelter, they've got no chance.
Right, yes. We do have a lot of people who, we have a low-cost spay and neuter vaccination clinic that we do on Wednesdays. And a lot of people will trap stray cats in traps, bring them in, we'll neuter them, rabies vaccinate them, and then they let them go, just so they don't have more kittens. With dogs, it's a little harder, but if they can get them in here, a lot of people will come and say, this dog's been a stray around my house, and I want to get them neutered and vaccinated. But, people can't keep every dog.
You just bring up a point that I know a lot of people are very familiar with, spay and neutering. If you don't do this, we talk about a population of feral dogs and cats that just explodes, which is why you stress the importance of spay and neutering, because one dog, one cat, and all of a sudden you got 100 of them.
Right, exactly right. So if possible, that will help, but it seems like no matter what you do, there are just more than people can actually take care of with spaying and neutering.
All right, doctor, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, and that is what is desperately needed in Wood County right now is for funding to come forward so that a Wood County animal shelter can be established. And we'll have much more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News. For KLTV WebXtra, I'm Bob Hallmark.